Okay, hi YouTube. This is a teryx 800 F5 4x4 LE, whatever that means. By the way, I need to clarify, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a guy that likes to do stuff in the backyard. This is not my machine. It belongs to the family, but it's not exactly mine. I don't want to go into specifics. Mudding is not my thing. But it just so happened that I needed to get it moved out of my backyard, and the thing didn't move. So I took it as a hobby, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I try to look for videos explaining how to bleed the brakes on these little fun things. I'm pretty good with cars, but for some reason, no offense, but I hate imports anything. So and especially because this machine only has one set of, well, in the back is only one bleeder that divides the two back wheels. On the front, well, actually you have your bleeding and other bleeding screw on the other caliper. So long story long, I just decided to make this video because I run into different situations and not very much help on the internet for advice, so I had to kind of start doing it on my own. This machine had not been moving for maybe a year, so when it was time for me to move it, I came across, I made it run. It's fuel injected, so after changing the fuel, doing this, doing that, finally it ran. However, no brakes. See the master cylinder right there? Brand new. I suspected it was the master cylinder. I didn't pay much attention to the wheels. However, I noticed that the brake pads were a little worn out. I didn't know the specifics or the specs on those pads. So I said, well, what the heck, I'll go ahead and replace them. All right. So it looked something like this. All right. This is one side, and well, the other side is in the garage. You'll get the idea. Now back to the nasty thing. There's no videos about how to take the calipers off and everything, and if you don't know how, it can be a headache. It can be a nightmare, as it was for me. So here we go. I'm gonna try to make it as simple as I can on my own terms. This is the caliper. This one here is pretty nasty. You guys into mudding and four-wheeler and all that stuff, this is what you look how this pad is. Completely trash. This is the other pad. Completely trash. Nothing but metal there. And look, my friends, this is what happens when you go four-wheeling, mudding, and I guess you don't maintain your stuff. It's this one here. I was able to dig it out. You see the cylinder for the caliper completely inoperable. That's no good. That's garbage. This one here, I couldn't even put my screwdriver and didn't dig it out. This is completely frozen, nasty. Nasty. So the whole caliper is bad, and that's because all the fun four-wheeling and all, and not maintaining your equipment. Again, remember, this machine is not mine. I don't like it. As soon as I get it running, it's gonna have to stay here, but it's not my thing. Maybe my age, I don't know. Anyhow, for those of guys like me that did not know how to take the caliper off, this guy goes something like this, like you would think in a car. So I started watching and looking for different ways to take it out. No avail. I was really getting tired of it. Finally, I realized that it's two bolts. One it's over here, the other one is down below there somewhere. They're gonna be looking like this, and you are gonna need a size 12, size 12 socket. Prefer a little shorter than this, because on one you have kind of hard time grabbing it there. But that's what makes this come up loose. Of course, you have to release your brake line. I gotta get this bolt and watches out of it before I lose them. I'll do it in just a minute. Stay there, buddy. Stay there. Stay there. Be all right. All right, and that's how the caliper comes off. It's 2 bolts. Once you have the caliper in your hand and you need to replace your brake pads, if you don't know what you're doing, like I did, it's a hell, because this is not extremely similar to a car. It's a trick to it, and if you don't pay attention, you will never find it. It's got 2 studs in there that look like this right here. I wish I could give you the size of my little L wrench here, but I can't. It had been a long time since I used it, so it was a little rusty. I couldn't figure out what name it was, but well, you get the idea. It goes something like this here. I apologize for the video. I'm doing this with my phone, and I'm not good doing the videos. I'm mistaken. It was another wrench that I used. I also left it in the garage. But that's the idea, guys. You know, it's a hex like that head, and they go like this. After you unscrew them and loosen them all the way out, which is about maybe 3/4 of an inch, then you got it with a set of pliers and a cloth or fabric to protect the thread. You got to pull them out. That at some point, right here, this is the opposite end of them. Man, this video is gonna be nasty. But that makes the pads release and fall off, and you end up with some guys like this. All right, pretty nasty stuff. As a matter of fact, this caliper is trash. This might be the end of the video. I'm gonna have to order. I'm gonna go for maybe 2 of them, and this is it. So if you don't know how to take your calipers off a teryx 800, again, it's 2 bolts, 1 and 2. They look like this, They're size 12. Take those 2, take your brake line off, and you end up with a caliper in your hand. And to release the brake pads, you got these 2 over here. Is this type of bolt to secure the pads. Kind of odd, because you would think the pads will have to be loose and free, but this guy is the one that guides them, and I guess the brake pads move up and down this way. And I think that's it. This part, it looks like it will do something. Now I see when people say it's hard to make a video with one hand. But this part moves up and down also, but seems like it has nothing to do with the brake pads. I don't know exactly what that does, because it doesn't look like it's connected to the hydraulic drums that come out, or in and out, I should say. So there you have it. This is trash. Again, when you go four-wheeling, guys, and you don't maintain your equipment, this is what happens. This is full of dirt. It's dirt and mud. It's stuck all over this caliper, completely trashed. So there you have it. I hope it helps. I'm sorry about the video quality. I'm not into making videos. I just decided to it might be a help for someone. As far as the bleeding, I already tried what I knew. It didn't work out. Obviously, I had not at the time checked on the calipers. Now I know what the problem is. So I'm gonna check the calipers, and to bleed the system, it's I think it's pretty logic, just same as a car. You know, I will start on the back wheels, which is one fitting or one bleeding screw, I should say, and then go on the passenger side, and then finalize the process with the driver's side. So I hope it helps.